Quick, hit that like and subscribe button in the next 10 seconds if you're excited to see where the Orb is going to take us with the Season 10 storyline and map changes, which is only in a few days. Hey guys, it's Postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and today we've got a very interesting topic to talk about, and that is actually what exactly is happening for Season 10 regarding what happened due to the event yesterday. Now, many of us, including myself at first, thought that the event really just left us with nothing, but when we actually dig a little bit deeper, we know that the event left us with this orb glowing over by Loot Lake. Again, the famous location Loot Lake, once again impacting the entire storyline in Fortnite. But we're going to be going over a few theories and also talking a little bit about this orb and how it's changed in the last day or so. So we'll get into that in a second. But if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you everyone who has hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Roughly 70% of you watching this video right now aren't already subscribed. So hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and much love and respect to everybody doing that. Also, we've just hit over 3,000 supporters. You guys have really been supporting me recently. You guys absolutely rock. So if you guys want to go and support me and help me get to 4,000 supporters, you can go and do that by entering in code Postboxpat into your item shop and tweeting me at Postboxpat on Twitter or in my Discord section for a shout out on screen, just like everybody right now. So once again guys, don't forget you guys can earn free rewards if you link your YouTube to your Epic Games. All you have to simply do is follow the steps in the video, which I'll link at the end of this video. It's very easy to do. Make sure you enter in code Postboxpat as well to support the channel. Thank you very much everyone who's been doing that, and you can gain access to these free rewards. I can't wait to gain them myself, so check that video out after today's video. Anyway, let's jump into this and discuss a little bit about what we have regarding the orb and so on. So the orb itself is changing every single day or hour, should I even say. So here is the orb today. Obviously it's not changing every hour, but daily it's changing, so technically it's changing every hour because it's changing over time. But from what I've noticed, you can really see the changes between these 2 days. So this is the orb today that you can see on screen right now. You can see it here, and it has these kind of weird kind of tailing lines coming off it from the left and right hand side, all around it really, but where I am right now you can see them mainly coming off from the left and right and a little bit towards the top. But if I move around the orb, you can see it happening all over. Now if we check out the orb in yesterday's video, which I have a little bit of footage of on screen right now for you guys, you can see that the orb was definitely less active. It didn't have much around it at all. Another interesting thing is as well, to prove that the orb has even upgraded since then, we actually have a little bit of footage when it renders in. So watch this guys, let's wind it back a little bit and watch this. So here's the orb at its standard form, a little bit like yesterday's but a little bit more advanced with the twirls around it. But watch this, as soon as my character renders it in, do you see this inside the orb, this kind of like fire substance, almost like some sort of spell or enchantment which has been casted on this orb, and you can't go inside it in replay either. A little bit like the little orb we had over at Polar Pete that the obvious, who was it, the Ice King was using. I think the Ice King was using it and he used it to cast a spell, so it's a little bit similar to that but definitely has a different element to it. Let's wind it back a little bit and play it in a little bit of slow-mo so you guys can see it again, the orb itself using some of its power. So here it is again on screen right now without anything or no colors going on or anything of that like the flames and stuff. And as it renders in for me, I'll slow down the speed so we can see it a little bit better. We can see that the orbs themselves have some sort of weird substance. Now, what does this lead me to talk about? Well, there are a few theories me and my little brother have been discussing regarding the Fortnite storyline leading up to Season 10, and there are two separate ideas we both came up with regarding potentially what this could be and how it's going to lead into Season 10. So it's clear to us that we know that this is going to be upgrading daily or at least weekly, and probably leading up to the Season 10 changes, this orb may have completely disintegrated, may only be a smaller substance, or may be bigger. We don't know the exact answer what's going to happen there, but we can sure predict kind of what is going to happen with the actual orb. So there are two theories, like I was saying. We'll start off with the first theory being a EMP. Now this was one that my little brother had, and also one that I've had since the start of Fortnite Season 9, and that is an EMP. If you don't know what that is, basically it is a substance or element which detonates and will destroy all electronics in its radius. So for example, if that was to activate and it was to destroy all electronics, all the sky bases would crash to the ground, all of the slipstreams would turn off, the entire Tilted Towers, I was about to call it, the entire of Neo Tilted would be completely turned off as well. It'll all go into a blackout, and the same with every other location which has some sort of power going to it or Neo theme. Basically it would destroy this power line here, which has clearly been placed for a reason. And that's what I think this is going to do. This is going to destroy the power line, which is powering Neo, and even potentially destroy part of what happened at Mega Mall as well. Now Mega Mall doesn't really have much of a power source. It's obviously relying on Neo Tilted's power source because the pressure plant itself is no longer a dam from what I know powering it properly. They definitely lost a lot of resources here. They ended up turning it into a base, so potentially there is hardly any power being generated here right now. So the only source of power we have for the Neo theme is coming from Loot Lake, and with that huge orb there which potentially could explode and destroy that area, that is a huge potential. Now not only do we think it's going to do a EMP, but the other theory we had was this orb is going to explode, and as it explodes through the map, the whole map is going to time travel back in time to a certain point, or even have fragments of each time zone in each section. So for example, this may change Paradise Palms into Moisty Maya, but it may not bring back Anarchy Acres because it may want to bring back Lazy Links instead, as if the time travel is changing the entire map to different points in time. So different sections of the map gets different elements. For example, we may see Tilted Towers under construction. We know we never saw that in Fortnite, but obviously it had to be constructed somehow, and that may be where it times us or teleports us back to. So I think that would be a really cool thing to happen for Season 10, because we'd see all our favourite old locations either under construction, being fully constructed, or just not there at all. And I think that would be an amazing feature to add in regarding this theory. So that's my best theory for like creativity, but the most likely theory is the EMP. I think that just makes sense because obviously the wire itself links perfectly up right next to it. The orb's there, it's going to destroy the wire, which destroys the power and potentially cuts out everything Neo in the map. Or if it's an EMP, you'll even see the likes of these windmills. They may even fall over, or they just completely stop working, and basically the whole map just goes into a blackout, which would be really cool. Now what makes this a really cool idea as well, if Fortnite were to actually turn the map into darkness for maybe a week or so during Season 10, I think that would be so cool, and it would make perfect sense with the EMP obviously. So we'll have to see how that's going to play out for the Fortnite storyline. I do think the idea of an EMP is the most likely one, like I was saying, but wow guys, just imagine the orb teleporting each area back to a different era of the Fortnite history. So for example, we may see the old Hogwarts location return, Pleasant Park may not even be there, we may see junk completely scrapped, it may even teleport us to the future and get even new Neo locations. Haunted Hills could return fully constructed down there. Obviously it is fully constructed now, but there are kind of like bits that have kind of fallen off the walls and stuff, so we could see it being fully built. And then obviously this hill area may be completely wiped as well, and we may even see other locations as well return and get removed. That's my favorite theory, and I really do want that to happen. Probably not though, it's more likely going to be the actual EMP, because it just makes sense, because it's so bright. This season is so bright. Like when you go to certain locations like Neo Tilted and Mega Mall, you can just tell it. You just look at it and it's like they've got so many lights, they've got so much stuff just wanting to be destroyed by an EMP. It'd make perfect sense. In most games as well, for those that are big fans of previous games, for example Modern Warfare 2, they used an EMP symbol as a actual orb type ball type thing. I'll put a little screenshot of that on screen right now so you can see it. And what this exactly is like I was saying, it just completely cuts out power. So, you know, I think that would be amazing. The EMP itself has a definition of electromagnetic pulse, obviously completely destroying all of the power in the game. So I think it would be such a cool addition, and I can't wait for it to be added in. Hopefully we do see the second son of Fortnite Battle Royale completely destroy the map. So what an awesome addition that would be, and I definitely think it would be an amazing thing to happen. Especially with all the things that took place, the whole map would take a huge shift back to the past. I made a video yesterday talking about a bunch of secrets which happened during the event. I recommend checking that video out if you haven't already. I cover a bunch of different topics and secrets due to the actual event taking place. There was a bunch of stuff happening which we just didn't realize, and stuff that kind of like Easter egg type things that happened during the event. So check out yesterday's video, it's got a few of the map changes in as well from the event. Definitely an awesome video, but I'm very excited to see what this orb has got in like store for us. Other than that, I can't really give us any more theories on it. If you guys have any theories personally that you guys want to comment down below, do feel free to do that. I'll be sure to read read through a bunch of the comments on what you guys think regarding the Orb and Season 10. There's got to be something behind it. They wouldn't add it in. It's obviously the only remain that we have other than the sword and the actual kind of bone of the monster in the map. It's the only remain that we have of a kind of thing that's going to carry on the Fortnite storyline. So really cool concept. The monster itself, I think that'll be in for a while. I don't think they're going to take this out straight away. I think this is going to be like a shrine area that's going to be here for a while. It's a really cool area and definitely is one of my favorite events that we've seen. The only downside, it didn't really have much impact on the map, and that was my only disappointing part of it for me. I know a lot of other people found that disappointing as well. I just couldn't believe that this huge monster and robot hardly did zero damage to the map other than one building over there. So it was pretty crazy. Like, seeing though we've seen footprints in the map like there, we've seen robot, well, we haven't seen robot footprints, but we've seen more footprints over there. We've seen all sorts of damage from the monster, but just nothing major. We even saw the modern house at Pleasant Park be destroyed. I hope this does get rebuilt for Season 10, guys. I really do. One of my favourite buildings in the Fortnite storyline, and it will be sad if this building never gets reconstructed. Hopefully for Season 10, we do see that. Those that missed my early map change video this week with the actual update which got applied, another honourable mention as well is the actual shack being constructed at Fatal Fields. I really do recommend watching out for this during Season 10. I do think we will see this change even more and potentially become a brand new point of interest or location. You can see that the construction on it is getting more and more every single day. So very exciting. Obviously not every single day, but in the Fortnite timeline type thing, it is kind of daily because it's so slow. They are so slow of upgrading this. It's been like the entire season and all we've got is 4 floors and a few little balcony sections. Hopefully it's just going to be maybe one giant tower which is supported a little bit like the one over at Lonely Lodge over there. That's my prediction for it anyway. I do think potentially it will be something like that. Other than that, leave in the comments down below what you think this potentially could be. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell, and if you've made it right to the very end of this video, comment down below blimp, and that'll let me know if you guys have made it right to the end, or even Pizza Pit. I don't mind. Comment either of them and I'll check through the comments and see if you guys have made it right to the end of the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and once again, this is Postboxpat signing out.